I'm trying to get rank up this season so I at least can start getting some cards. Gold and dust. It was perfect before you rebooted. Since you rebooted. Well, I mean, whatever you did, like whatever you had the settings at when you first called me was perfect. But now for some reason it's really red. Trying to drink coffee, hoping it'll make me wake up a little bit. Now, do I have to lower my camera or make my camera higher? Because nice. Sorry, I'm only at 17. Yeah, I need to adjust my camera here. Awesome. Well, I'm closing my eyes right now. I'm not feeling good, but we'll do it. We got this. Gonna make it. Dude, I'm hearing bits and pieces of something.
Properties.
Okay, now you can hear me. We're having all kinds of fun tonight. Espo now is disconnected. I don't know what his problem is. My mic wasn't working. His mic wasn't working. His camera is grainy. I've got a green screen up. Woohoo! Got it for Christmas from my wife. I know you can't see the green screen because it's doing what it's supposed to do. Nope, you're back.
Oh, you there?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, something's going on with Discord. It is not doing good.
Okay, let me do a switch over. Yeah, where did you see the setting for server?
If you look at us, like our screens, our video,
Yeah. The gear?
over to the right, it says US South. And if you click on it, it says Brazil, Central Europe.
Right. Let's switch to US East.
This is the first time I've seen that.
Yeah, that's a setting we can change on the Discord server. Actually, you should probably set it to US East, and I set mine to US South because that's where your service is coming to.
Yeah. But it's definitely a Discord problem. Everything else is running smooth. Like I can type in Twitch. It's really good. YouTube videos are coming up instantaneously.
Did you switch to East?
Yeah, I know. Oh, whoa. US Central.
Oh, I'm changing it, and I didn't know if it was changing on your end. So now is it say East?
When I changed it to East.
Okay. I'm going to change mine to Central and see if it changes yours. And Discord completely rebooted. Okay. Still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta
Do you
go
have
somewhere.
what? In the
US Central.
Okay, so it is controlled for both of us. So I'm gonna switch it back to East, so it's better for you. Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
Are we having fun yet?
I'm having a blast. I don't feel good at all. I may have to sit down.
Well, do you get a chair, man, dude? Yeah, we can definitely do it another night. Don't have to push it.
No, we're here, dude. We're here. My video. I'm so disappointed in my video.
It's
so
actually not
grainy.
that bad. It looks good on my end.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It looks a lot better. It's actually gotten better since we switched to East.
Oh, okay. Let me open up Twitch and see.
No, don't.
Or no, you know what? Let me not even worry about it.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Let's just do this quick. And yeah, Zero Show, I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so birdie.
All right.
Okay, let me hit record and we'll just go get going. Welcome to Legend of the Innkeeper. I'm Vastidius.
And I am Espo.
And I've actually forgotten how to even start the show. It's been a week. I'm going, Actually, we had a whole bunch of problems right before trying to record the show, and that threw me off. Threw me off my groove.
Did you record? Are you hitting the record button?
Yes, I did. I did get that part. Okay. And I do see that both of our voices are showing up on the register. So, no problem. I think we're good.
Nice.
Okay. So, it is the weekend, the week after Christmas. Hope you and your family had a great Christmas. I know you were traveling.
Yeah. I went to Pennsylvania, visited family. It was really, really nice. We came back just in time to have Christmas with my wife's family down here. And it was good stuff. I just ended up in the hospital.
Again?
So, yeah.
You got to stop doing that.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I got this crazy disease that you share with me. But for some reason, mine lowers my immune system to where I get infections about every 6 weeks. So
yeah, I'm so thankful I don't have that.
Yeah, currently I have the MRSA again in this round of antibiotics because I'm convinced it's the antibiotics, not the infection it's getting me. Like it's making me feel gross. Like I feel so granted, I worked all day and I probably shouldn't be on my leg because there's a giant infection in it. But yeah, it could be a combination of working all day and then the antibiotics. They had to put me on different antibiotics because they try to make them so that my
You don't
infection
get used to them.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't
Mix it up
I
a
don't
little bit.
yeah. Well, it's mixing me up because I feel like
Well,
let's
let's
poop.
get into it then before you.
Yes, let's do
No,
this. I want to talk about Hearthstone, but I want to talk about it in like short spurts. Take a break, talk about it, take a break.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
So, did you play any while you were gone?
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm loving the Hearthstone right now. Rastakhan's Rumble, dude. Oh my gosh, I I always feel like these expansions come too fast for me. I play every day. I do. And I play different decks a lot, but I always feel like it just comes too fast. I'm still not finished playing the Boomsday. Like there's all these decks that I want to play, and I never get a chance to really get caught up and get to play all the stuff I want to play before the next expansion comes out. And then I get super excited. So I am currently grinding. You know, I got my 500th win on Druid.
Cool.
If you guys didn't know, I got that after the did I get it? I got it after the last show.
We did.
So 500 Druid wins. I'm currently at like 515 now though, because my gosh, I couldn't stop playing. I love Druid.
You used to love Druid, but anyways,
yeah. I
no
played
foreshadowing
that deck,
there or anything,
right? I played that deck I call Animal Style, where it's a Beast Druid, and oh my gosh, so much fun with Rastakhan's Rumble. But now I found Shaman again, and I've been playing Shutter Walk Shaman, been playing Token Shaman, Totem Shaman, and Elemental Shaman. So it's like, you know, with Druid, I was so excited because it was easy to get my 500 wins because I had so many different decks to play. And now I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have a tough time because I had Mage, I had Warrior, and Shaman to choose from for my next, you know, goal. Because I like the little goals. I don't know if they're little. Getting 500 wins with the class isn't a small task. But I decided to go with Shaman, and I am currently at 242 wins with my Shaman.
Cool.
And I'm playing even Shaman too. I don't know if I mentioned that. That's one of my other decks. But I'm ranked 17, which for me is pretty good because I play all these homebrew fun decks like that. Maybe they work, maybe they don't. I just kind of mess around with them. But I'm sad to say that I have 0 Rumble Run wins.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Rez has 1. I saw where 0 got all 9. So congratulations to him. Dude, he said he did it in 2.5 hours or something like that. That's Looney Tunes. It took me 2.5 hours just to like try to win with 1 class, let alone all 9.
I don't think we can actually consider ourselves friends with him anymore because we're not good enough.
Dude, he is that guy. I love him. He is amazing. Like I wish I had the time to sit down and watch him play, because it would just I've watched him play a few times, and I just it took 2.5 hours. Oh, it took. Okay, the truth comes out.
Okay, so we're not that jealous of him anymore, right? Because
the truth comes out. Go ahead, Best.
It doesn't
matter. That was my week. Why don't you?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, go ahead with your week.
Well,
okay. Let me just say we just saw in Twitch chat. Sorry. Dude, see, I get this burst of energy when I start talking about Hearthstone. It doesn't matter how much pain I'm in. I just get excited.
Good.
Zerosio just said in Twitch chat, no, it took me 2.5 hours to win with 1 class.
Yes.
So, well, Zerosio, how many classes have you won with so far? How far are you into the Rumble? And we'll let him answer. But yes. Zerosio or Vestidius, go and tell about your week.
Well, all I was going to say was, you're not any different than I am because I haven't won one either, even though I have tried multiples and multiples. and I've tried all kinds of different ways. He says he's won with 4 classes. I gave up about 4 days.
Oh,
After about
yeah.
4
Well,
days.
I don't feel bad about giving up because it's difficult.
It is.
Like it took me a while to finish. What was it? The Monster Hunt. I just finished it a little bit ago. Yeah,
I haven't
I
won
mean,
any of them in it.
yeah, but still, I don't want to take anything away from Zerosho. He's an amazing player.
Yes.
Just because he's only finished with 4 classes doesn't mean that he couldn't do the next 5 in at least 3 hours.
Slacker.
I know he could.
Slacker.
All right, go ahead, Best Idiot.
Okay. Well, I have played several Rumble runs. I did play several Tavern Brawls, got all my Tavern Brawls done during this 2-week period. I have played a little bit of Warrior this last week, getting preparation for today. I built both a Warrior deck I net decked, and I also built the Warrior deck provided with a recipe with a few alterations because I am missing 5 cards from that recipe specifically. So I had to tweak it a little bit, especially considering it's missing one of the legendaries that I think is necessary for that recipe build, or at least is highly recommended. But I'm still winning with it, and it is ridiculous almost playing with that deck. It's a dragon deck, Dragon Warrior, and I can't help but think about Poe from goodness, I just blanked.
Edgar Allan Poe?
No, Poe from the Kung Fu Panda. he's becoming the Dragon Warrior. So, yeah, that deck is pretty cool because you kind of hang in there, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of the game, you just load the board, and your opponent almost looks around going, where did that come from? And then just gives up. Or you beat the tar out of them. So it's very impressive. I've been having some good fun with that. So pretty cool stuff. So that's really been my experience at the moment. I've been a little bit with the holidays and all. I've been kind of pulled a bunch of different directions. And we played some Overwatch last night and just kind of bounced around a bunch of different things. So I'm ranked 22. As of right now, I just jumped up another rank. I'm starting to play a little bit more, trying to get going, become a little bit more involved, but we'll see how that goes.
Dude, I did play some Warrior this week too. I know I said I played a lot of Shaman, but played some Dragon Warrior, played some Mech Warrior. Actually, my Mech Warrior was more of a Mech Rush Warrior. And yeah, Warrior's pretty strong. I'm enjoying it.
It's been good. Definitely been good. So did you have anything else before I go into some of the news that we've had?
No, everything else I want to talk about has to do with the news and everything.
Okay, well, the big news is that there was, during the Christmas break, or during that period of time, they announced some changes that were coming down the pipe, and basically actually did go live and are live now currently in the system. And this is really to address some of the more egregious problems in the game that have poked their head up to the top since the latest expansion launched, and that's unfortunately Druid. Druid has been a little bit overpowering. There's been a lot of complaints about it, a lot of issues with how that is working, and so they addressed some of these issues with a lot of changes. Plus, there's a change in there for paladins and also one for rogues that affect both of them. So, yeah. Let's look at that. The first change is, and these are live now in the game, Wild Growth now costs 3 up from 2.
Yep. When they said this change was going to happen, I was like, yep. Okay, I already got my 500 wins. I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Nourish now costs 6, up from 5.
Already got my 500 wins.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Level Up now costs 6, up from 5.
I was playing Res with Paladin not too long ago, and then I said, well, guess I'm not playing this anymore.
The Saronite Chain Gang now summons another Saronite Chain Gang instead of a copy of the minion.
So this I am playing in my Shaman decks, but not in my Shutterwalk Shaman.
Okay.
So the way this would work, and I think they may have nerfed this specifically because of Shutterwalk.
Yes, they mentioned it specifically in the notes about it.
Yeah, because just alone, it's not bad. You know,
Right.
just hey,
Yep.
make another Sarnite Chain Gang. Oh, that's awesome. And every once in a while, you'd get like a hand buff mechanic going on where you would buff up a Sarnite Chain Gang and then it would make a copy of it, which still wasn't that bad. But I think the Shutterwalk was really bad.
Yeah.
Where you would play Shutterwalk and the battle cry would be make a copy of this minion. So it would basically make the battle cry could trigger however many times you played Saronite Chain Gang. And if you boosted it to where your next battle cry with Murmuring Elemental would trigger twice. So it was making all the Shutterwalks, and then you would grumble, pulling all those Shutterwalks back to your hand, all the copies, and they would cost one.
Mm.
It was really, really crazy, which is why I loved playing it. But I could see where it would get to the point where it was like, okay, you know, this is just insanity. Like, you can't allow this to happen. So I can understand the change, and really, it only affects people that are doing like hand buff mechanics and people that are doing this with Shutterwalk. So, and it's not that big of a deal. Like I'm still playing it in my Shaman decks right now. The Saronite Chain Gang's a good card.
Yeah, it is. Just a little bit overpowering when you get that Shutterwork combo firing off like crazy.
Yeah. Making multiple Shutterwalks on the board and then grumbling them, because Grumble's battle cry is return all friendly minions to your hand, and they all cost one, and reduce their cost to one. So if you made multiple, you know, you triggered that Shutterwalk battle cry or the Saronite Chain Gang battle cry multiple times before the Grumble battle cry went off, you'd get all this back in your hand, and it'd be a one. You'd have like 4 or 5 one-cost Shutterwalks, and then you could play an additional one because Shutterwalk's only 9. So you play another one, and then the next turn you could just play, you know, up to however many Shutterwalks you have in your hand.
Right.
Play 10 Shutterwalks. I mean, you know, it just got a little out of hand and a little crazy. So I understand that. I mean, there's still other ways to bring Shutterwalk back to your hand to make copies of it. You know, it's just Saronite Chain Gang was a very easy way to do it.
Sure.
And you also played a very good card while doing it. So I understand the change. And yeah.
Well, the last change is Leeching Poison will cost 1 mana down from 2. However, they changed the text to say give your weapon lifesteal this turn.
Love it.
Which is a major change, because basically the philosophy was a rogue shouldn't have a persistent self-healing effect, which basically using this in combination with Kingsbane was just crazy. So
yeah, I was almost invincible. Like this weapon was insane.
Yeah.
Kingsbane, I mean, even if you know you'd throw it in your deck, you'd still be able to draw it next turn, and then you automatically could attack with it. It was like, you know, whatever you did, you'd heal. It was insanity.
Yep.
So this was I think this might be one of the most balanced changes they've done.
I think this is probably the first change they've done that I didn't hear hardly any negatives come from it.
Well, these were all needed, and it wasn't like they were like, oh my gosh, we needed this so bad. Like, yeah, we needed these, but it wasn't like a crazy outcry either way. I think it was pretty even. You know, I'm happy with it. I don't see any problems with it. I don't really agree with nerfing cards. I think, you know, it's a little crazy, but, you know, I think it also needed to happen. So
good. Well, also they announced some arena changes that went live just recently too, which are kind of interesting if you're an arena player and would like to play with those. The appearance rate for the new Rastakhan Rumble cards have had a boost to 50% appearance rate. So you're going to more likely get some of those cards in your drafting. And they also made a pretty big change in that apparently they made some changes to the back end systems enough to a point where they're comfortable putting some cards back in the arena that were removed for reasons of balance. Those cards, Druid had 3 of them: Savagery, Soul of the Forest, Mark of Nature. They're all going back in. Hunter, Starving Blizzard, Timberwolf, and Snipe.
Starving Blizzard.
Sorry, Starving Buzzard. Yeah, that's the company, Starving Blizzard, that's playing these games. Priest has Mind Blast, Lightwell, and Inner Fire going back in. Shaman has Dust Devil, Totemic Might, Ancestral Healing, and Windspeaker. Warlock has Sacrificial Pact, Sense Demons, and Succubus. And a Warrior has Warsong Commander and Charge and Rampage all being allowed back in there too. One change they are going to do, though, is they're removing the Mind Control tech. It will no longer be available. They wanted to keep this from a situation of having a fear of players having to play, not wanting to really play 4 cards or more to have this happen against them trigger, because that card was a little bit restrictive on how you could play the game. It caused a lot of issues there, so they're pulling that one out.
Yeah, Mind Control Tech is a 3/3 minion that you'd play it, and if the opponent had 4 or more minions, you could take one of them. So, having 4 or more minions on the board was kind of like, I hope he doesn't steal one of them.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, the following cards will remain unavailable in arenas. That's the hero cards, quests, Whizbang the Wonderful, Vicious Fledgling, Ancient Watcher, Humongous Razor Leaf, and the odd and even cards, which are the cards that have odd on the text or even based on their effects that they do. So, anyways, just some changes that should make Arena different and interesting for the next couple months as we go into a new season with the new cards in there. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see that happen. I know we're both not too big Arena fans because I just can't survive long enough to do multiple arenas. I'd like for it to be kind of me actually earning money back so that I'm not always paying straight out of my coins or even cash to play every game, but I'd love to play Arena more.
I'm 4 or 5 wins, and that's about it. And that's barely breaking even. So it's not really worth it for me. I don't know.
And one other bit of news is the Hearthstone Wild Open is going to return. This is a open event that you can play if you are decent on the ladder. Yeah, I say decent as in you got to be pretty good on the ladder. But the qualifiers will take place from January 1st to January 30th. The playoffs are on February 16th, and then the finals will be on February 23rd. And to qualify, you just play in your region's ladder and try and get top 100 on the ladder for the month of January. And that just means that you have to hit top 100 at some point during the month of January. And then if in Wild, correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you do that, you qualify for the regionals playoff, and then there are playoffs that take place, like we said, on the February 16th. And a really cool thing is that you, as a regular player who just loves playing the game, is really good at the game, can actually, if you win this whole tournament, can win $11,000. It's a pretty good price. Second place is $7,000, third and fourth is $3,000, and fifth through eighth is $1,500 with a total prize pool of $30,000. So it'd be a lot of fun to watch and see how that all shakes up in the wild. Now, there was a little bit of a controversy. There's an all-star invitational that is coming up here. And in that invitational, they invited players because it's an invitational. And the controversy is that 2 of the players that were invited are players who were actually caught cheating during a tournament a couple months back in the recent Hearthstone Global Games. These players, Roger and Shaxi, they were streaming their perspective of the tournament while they were participating in the tournament, and they got caught talking about the fact that they had information for their opponent's hand, because they were watching the live stream, even though it was delayed a little while. They still had information about the other players' hands. And this is outlined in the rules that this is cheating. You're not allowed to do this. So they were actually removed. Their whole team was removed from the tournament. They weren't allowed to participate. But the big argument coming up is that they really shouldn't be allowed to participate in other tournaments going on, since these two specifically were named as the ones who were involved in that situation. So there's a lot of discussion about this going on. We'll see how it all shakes up. Probably they will compete in this tournament. But it is something that I think Blizzard will probably have to address in the near future, that they're going to have some rules as to how this type of situation progresses. So
who chose the all stars? Who chose?
How were they picked?
Yeah.
They were picked. I remember seeing this.
I mean, was it Blizzard that chose them? Is this like a Blizzard sanctioned event? That would be my question.
Let's see.
Because if it was, then that's bad for Blizzard, right?
For now, there's no plans to remove the players from the tournament. Blizzard, and more specifically Hearthstone's esports public relations, have been recently not involved in that. So I'm not sure exactly.
Oh, okay. So this has nothing to do with Blizzard. It's just they happen to be doing an invitational playing Hearthstone, a Blizzard game. So it's not like promoted by Blizzard. Like,
yeah,
they
I'm just
didn't
trying to
choose these
find out
people.
who is the host of this All-Star Invitational. Let me look that up real quick and just see, because if it is a Blizzard event, then it would be.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if Blizzard is promoting this, like, hey, this is, our event, then it's kind of sad that they allow cheaters.
Hearthstone Esports promoted it.
Oof.
And in fact, I know it's live in Taipei, and actually it starts this weekend.
Ooh, that's tough.
And
That's
I know
not good on
Frodan is
Blizzard.
over there for the event. So yeah, this is more a more sanctioned event.
Well,
So.
it's not on him. He's just getting paid to be there.
Oh no,
I mean,
I know that. I'm just saying. I knew he was over there because I would follow him on Twitter, and somebody
he's
caught
getting
him
his
and-
paycheck either
yeah.
way.
definitely. So, anyways,
Whether,
it's just it just brings to light that there are some things that probably need to be put in play and some rules to kind of guard against this type of event situation happening, because it's a lot of discussion and there's concern that things like that happen. You don't want that kind of.
Well, it could be a
putting a
situation where they feel like, okay, they've been punished. They did their time in the penalty box or whatever. And, they're still great players and they've been forgiven. So here you go. They're great players.
And
Let's watch them play.
It is going to be live on stage. It's not like they're doing it remote in this event. So there isn't likely a chance that they can continue doing that type of behavior. So,
Well, I would hope that they learn from their mistakes. But
Right.
yeah.
Anyway, that's my little bit of a competitive bit I thought we'd throw in there this week, since it was out there.
Gotcha.
So did you play the Tavern Brawl this week yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I played all the minions that change attack and health. And I got all the gifts. And threw lots of snowballs.
Yeah.
And won my pack.
Yeah. I
Played again, won again, played again, won again, and thought, this is really mean. I'm not going to do it anymore.
I thought
of course
the
I played
exact
Priest.
same thing. I was playing the
played
Priest, exact same deck, most likely.
Yeah. Well, we've
And-
seen this before.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, I know how this works. I'll wait till there's 2 gifts on the board. I'll play my,
Yeah, it's bad. You play that Priest deck that's got those cards in it flopped. Oh yeah, it's I said the exact same thing. In fact, I played 3 games, and the third game said I can't play this anymore because I feel really bad because there's no way that anybody's beat me on this with that deck. It's just so hard. It's like
I buffed up the health on one of my gifts and changed health to attack.
Ooh.
And went face and killed him with a gift.
Here's your gift.
I was
for
like,
Christmas.
all right, I'm done. This is not, because all I would do is I would throw their hand or throw their minions back in their hand. Because you played that 1 cost gift that's the snowballs,
Mhm.
and it's like, That's stupid. It's like they'd play minions and they'd put 3 minions out there, and I'd be like, all right.
Okay,
And
have
I'd
fun.
throw the snowballs, get rid of their minions, go to face. Next turn.
I love
Yeah.
how they say how it works on this one is that you have a chance, and I'm doing air quotes here, of seeing hard packed snowballs in the discover mechanic. I saw it almost every single time.
Oh,
And
I saw it every
chose
time.
it almost every single time.
Because I think I may be wrong, but I think it's 1 mana to throw 3 minions back to the player's hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
It was pretty crazy.
But anyway, yeah, it was
nice
fun.
way to get a free card.
Yeah.
That is not a card pack. It's a card back you get. Because remember, this is the one.
Oh, that's right.
That you get
Yeah.
the card back. And this one, they've done this 3 times.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was the first brawl that rewarded the card back. So
yeah.
Yeah, hard pack snowballs is actually a 0 cost spell.
No, 0. Never. Yeah. So anyway,
I thought it was 0. I just wanted to double check.
All right, let's talk some warrior cards,
Okay.
and then I think I may be calling it a night. But,
Okay, sounds
I'm
good.
excited to talk.
Well, first one up. Let me look at this. I got it right there. Perfect. The Overlord's Whip. A 3 mana, 2/4 weapon. After you play a minion, deal 1 damage to it.
I approve of this. You kind of got to build your deck around it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be playing 1 health minions, you know.
Right.
Then that's just bad.
No, this is one of those great ones that has minions get activated with 1 damage. They get more attack. Those types of minions on the deck really do well in this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty cool weapon though. Next up is Dragon Roars. 2 mana spell. Add 2 random dragons to your hand.
Yeah, why not?
I love this spell. This is great.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I have with it is that I got to make sure I use it earlier in the game with the deck I'm playing with because I run out of spaces in my deck really quickly. So it's like, okay, balance yourself here. I want random dragons. Give me dragons. Plus, at the same time, it's random, so dragons you may not have. 2, my whole deck is triggered off of having a dragon in my hand, and I need dragons in my hand. So if I don't have a dragon in my hand, guess what? Now I have dragons in my hand. So
this has never really done me wrong.
No.
Like, at least one of the dragons is one I can use. And like you said, sometimes it's a dragon just to put in your hand so you can trigger other effects with other minions. So I've been playing, and I just now thought about this. I've been playing Wild Dragon Warrior and really having fun with, because, Black Rock Mountain, there's a lot of really cool dragons back then. It's actually harder to build a dragon deck in Wild because you have so many dragons to choose.
Makes sense.
But man, I think MVP is Cobalt Scalebane. I love him. He's just awesome. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, next up is Devastate, a 1 mana spell. Deal 4 damage to a damaged minion.
Yeah, this has actually done me pretty good. It's only 1 mana, and it can finish off something.
Yep.
Every once in a while, I'll have a rush minion that just can't take out something, and this finishes it off. So,
well, I have several cards that will do 1 damage to all minions, and this allows me to use that to trigger it, and then take this to finish it off. So it's a nice little finisher.
Yeah.
It's devastating for that card.
Mm-hmm.
6 mana, spell Heavy Metal. Summon a random minion with the cost equal to your armor up to 10.
Oh, I haven't built a deck yet. Again, this is one of those decks that I'm like, okay, the next expansion can't come out yet because I haven't played all the decks I want to play. So this would definitely be in the armor deck that I want to build for Rastakhan's Rumble. I believe there's going to be a really cool armor deck that I need to build.
Well, there's another card we'll be talking about in a minute that has a similar type of effect that I have used to quite good effect, which I will talk about in that. So, okay. Next up is the Emberscale Drake, 5 mana, 5/5 dragon. Battle cry: if you're holding a dragon, gain 5 armor.
This guy's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, he's good stuff.
I mean, he's a
played
dragon.
him many times. Many times. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a dragon, and if you're holding a dragon, he gets 5 armor on top of 5. It's just, it's bonkers. Love it. Especially works great with some of the spells I have in my Dragon Warrior deck, which uses your armor to do damage to minions and such like that. Yeah, very, very useful. Okay, Spirit of the Rhino. 1 mana 0/3 minion stealth. For 1 turn, your rush minions are immune the turn they're summoned.
There's no problem with this at all.
Right? But again, this is going to be a different deck. This is one that you're going to be built around rush minions, because my dragon deck, this doesn't do me any good hardly at all. I only have one rush minion in that deck, and it's not going to be used with this. So, very cool. Sulph Rays, 6 mana, 4/4 weapon. Overkill, you may attack again.
I've tried.
No?
Yeah. If you have a bunch of armor,
I was going to say armor deck would help.
Yeah, this would, but I wanted to see if this would work. You got to put it in an armor deck almost, unless somehow you become immune when you're attacking. You end up taking a bunch of damage.
Well, okay then. I have not played with this yet. Okay, Smolder Thorn Lancer, 3 mana 3/2 minion battle cry. If you're holding a dragon, destroy a damaged enemy minion. Done this a few times.
Yes. Same.
Again, a triggered weapon or something that does 1 damage to all minions, and then this comes out and you destroy a damaged enemy minion. It's very fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And you get to choose which one. It's not random. Next up is Warmaster Voon. Battlecry. 4 mana, 4/3 minion. Battlecry, copy all dragons in your hand. And this is the card I do not have. I do not have him yet.
I will say this. You were saying earlier about watching your hand and seeing what. Yeah, this is tough, man. Because when I want to play it, I'm like, well, if I play it, all the dragons will not double because I have way too many cards in my hand. So this is tough. If you have 1 dragon in your hand that you want to have 2 of, it's good. Or if you have 2 but most of the time in my Dragon War, I have a lot of dragons, and I would end up overdrawing and burning the good card. Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
Great card, but
yeah.
You got to watch.
Very true. At least it's only 4 mana, so that way you can actually play one of those dragons before the end of your turn. If it's like turn 10, you could drag maybe 2 dragons if you had mana. But yeah, it's hard to play one something like this. And lastly, we have Akali.
I love hearing you try to say names.
IKEA.
You got it, dude.
IKEA the Rhino.
IKEA. You got it. You got it.
8 mana, 5/5 beast. Rush, overkill, draw a rush minion from your deck, give it +5/+5.
I think Rez has played with this. I have not. But yeah. I think this is cool.
Okay, so
I like it.
I lied. The card I was thinking of is not in this expansion. Maybe I'm just thinking differently. Back when we were talking about heavy metal.
Yeah.
There's a legendary warrior card.
Okay.
Maybe it's a neutral. Maybe that's what my problem is. Give me 1 second. I'm going to bring it up.
I wish I could help you, man. I have no idea.
Neither do I usually. I'm getting into Hearthstone real quick just to look at my deck to see what that card is, just because I find it's very useful and I love this card. It's at the end of your turn, you summon a random minion that is equal to your armor. And I'm almost in the game to tell you what that is.
All right.
Getting there, and it is my collection. Wings of War. That's the name of that deck. Geosculptor, yep.
There you go, Geosculptor. Yep.
Yeah, he's the 8 mana form,
Yep.
minion. At the end of your turn, summon a random minion with cost equal to your armor up to 10.
Is
That's
that Kobolds and Catacombs, I think?
That would be yes.
Yeah. That's a fun card.
So I didn't get to play with him much, but
You
he
are
works
2 expansions.
great in that deck.
I go. Yeah, you're all right.
He works
But
great
good
in that.
job. Good job. Yes, he does.
So I've been having fun with that.
Geosculpt. Yep.
Okay, so overall, what are your thoughts on the warrior? Do you have any favorites? Have you picked your 3 that you would choose as ones that you can't do without so far?
I would say the 5/5 that gives 5 armor.
Ember Scale Drake. That is one of mine.
He's one of mine. And then the spell that gives you 2 random dragons. I do like that.
Okay, that would be Dragon Roar. I would agree with you there. And your third
And then
one?
the totem for rush. I mean, giving your rush minions immune.
That is
Come
great.
on. That's insane.
But since I haven't played with that, I'm going to go Smolder Thorn Lancer, which is the battle cry you're holding a dragon, destroy an enemy minion.
There you go.
So
Cool.
Yeah, I actually am having a lot of fun with this warrior.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly having fun, which is good.
That is good.
Because that's what this is all about, is having fun, right?
It's about having unexpected fun.
Unexpected fun, great.
Sorry, I'm slurring my words now.
Oh boy. Well, that's it for this week. We're gonna next week, I've already done the drawing. We're gonna draw and talk about our good old friend Druid. Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
Since he got smacked with the banhammer, we'll have to have a different look at him. So
my decks probably won't change much, though. I mean, I'm still ramping up or not ramping up. I still am going to play the same cards.
Well, also want to give out a shout out to Deadpool and Chris Vanaken for being our legendary patrons. Thank you so much for your support, and also thanks for all our other patrons who are supporting the show. It helps us do this each week. And don't have any emails or anything to go over, but I do want to just say I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I hope you had a good time with your families, and also look forward to the new year to see what's going to come from that. So,
dude, that's right. We won't have a show until next year.
That's right.
Yep, our next show is next year.
That's right. I almost was tempted to say, hey, let's take a pause from this and go do a year evaluation or whatever, reflective look or forward look. But then I was like, nah.
I want to talk about Druid. I want to talk about Hearthstone. Dude, I'm having a blast. Like, Rastakhan's Rumble is super fun. And I don't know. There's so much to do in this game. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Craziness.
Well, again, thank you guys for hanging out with us, chat, and I look forward to talking to you next year. And should be a lot of fun. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you next week.
Later. Good job, team.
Okay, that's done. Sorry, you're feeling bad.
Oh, this is a bad one. Like, it's wiping me out. And I did run around today. Big tree down in. So I moved all that today. So I feel like that might have affected it, but I still, it's just these antibiotics. Like, I'll be fine, and then I'll take my antibiotic, and then it just wipes me out. I don't know. It's just crazy. So what games you been playing, dude? You played some Overwatch last night?
Yeah, we played with the kids.
I played Overwatch and did I won 3 snowball fights, I think.
I hate that.
I like the snowball fights. They actually it's the first match I got all upset because